number 2 and into the land of dawn for both of these regions. Myanmar now at match point. They're one game away of winning it 2-0 and to move forward perhaps into the playoffs. We'll see how this pans out in game number 2. But Arashi, you posed in the question for the Iesf. We do see the Iesf opted to go for flicker here instead of the sprint.
So with a flicker, it allows you more output potential, more ways to get out of dangerous situations, and you can flicker while using the real-world manipulation as well. So that is something that you gain going with this flicker. That clear though, you're talking about Eterna, you can see it being very apparent. Even though the Kagura can spam out some spells, the Iesf is just so good because of the spam ability, right? It's not one spell, it's multiple in a short frame. Sheru though will come in to try and help out in that department. And with the Baxia Fredrin matchup, we haven't seen this in quite a while. It's going to be a standard clearing match technically. With the concussive blast in the hands of K though, they're going to be attempting to just match up when it comes to farm. But Helene going down under the turret of Vietnam there, definitely aggressive thoughts in her head.
For sure. And like you mentioned, right, with both of these teams kind of vying towards the neutral objectives, it's actually going to be interesting to see both of them go head to head in that retribution battle as well. Because for the most part, in game number 1, we saw that Kao Kyut Ka actually had way better retributions, right? A lot more accurate when it came down to the neutral objective takes. So we'll see if that actually plays into this, especially, I mean, technically with the Fredrin, with that additional damage from your ult, you can actually kind of cross that with the damage from the retribution to steal and take away the turtles away. So now with Kao on the Baxia, I'm wondering or not that will kind of even the playing field a little bit better. But so far that turtle is half health.
And it seems like Myanmar, the ones with control here. Cool on the Minotaur, not level 4 though, but here he comes. Minion Fury popped up. Kalkurika flicker too as well, by the way. Shieru also taken out. Sa comes in, takes out Helene, but at what cost, man? The real manipulation is popped up by Luna Lynx, but it won't amount to anything. That will be a decisive take for Myanmar off the back of a great Minion Fury. But look at Sa. Hardguard won't be able to save her, but look at his outplay attempt going in 2v3 as Kalkurika rolls in to try and back up her team. K now being in the front, but it does not seem like Vietnam can try and catch up with Myanmar to get any trades for that turtle take.
That was a 1-for-1 trade, a 2-for-1 if you include the turtle in favor of Myanmar. But again, right, Sa on her signature pick, so aggressive. And this time, she's not opted for the flame shot, Arashi. She's actually opted to go for the flicker instead. So expect that she can have a little bit more room and a little bit more flexibility to go in for these crazy fights. And she goes 1v1 against a Benedetta.
Going for the yin yang overturn outplay right there, but Sa does not get it. Helene will be able to escape with her life as Ku zones Sa away. But look at how persistent she is though. She hasn't been recalling when she's this low on HP. With the flicker available, there are more ways to be unpredictable in these fights. Look at the bottom side. Shieru now. Oh, entropy pop by Chikoshi aggressively, but there's no follow-up. There's no catch tools available. That is the weakness of going for a Minotaur as Myanmar make a play for this bottom side turret.
Yeah, technically the Minotaur didn't have flicker yet, right? So even if they wanted to go for the Minion Fury, it was a little bit more difficult to combo it in with the short range that the Minion Fury had. But it was enough to zone the members of Vietnam away in that bottom side to go in for the gold shield as well as the turret. So this is a heavy Chikoshi on the Natan. Should be able to get to that power spike a lot quicker with how much gold she was able to get from that gold shield. Now, Kai, as well as the rest of the members from Vietnam, are going to be centering around the next neutral objective. This turtle has already spawned. Sa is there, though. Going to be opening up the map, giving information and vision as both of these teams go for the setup.
It's a very dangerous situation, but Luna Lynx already with the glowing wand. She went for the demon boots, the mana boots, instead of going for something like Enchantment Talisman later on. But Sa, with the aggressive plays right here, with a Kagura in the bush, that just makes so many areas around the map just inaccessible due to it turning into a danger zone. But for Myanmar, they have the Minotaur. They're confident that they can go for a 50-50 right here. They're trying to burst it down. Real manipulation. The final slash from Daisy, though, sets everything up. But the big minion Fury and the knockup is not going to be enough, though. Myanmar falling down one by one as Luna Lynx will be the next one. As Helene runs for the turret. Immobilized, though. She will get taken out as well. Almost a full-on wipeout for Vietnam.
That was 4 members taken out for the price of none, and it looks like they're looking for that 5th member, Chikoshi, in a tough position, but he's actually able to shut down the Kagura here, Arashi. And that's a big win for, of course, Chikoshi herself. As we take a look at that replay, that Minion's Fury came into clutch, right? As you can see here. But unfortunately, the timing was a little bit off. And so the Baxia was still able to get down in that retribution and take the neutral objective. And that was one of the biggest questions that I had in this 50-50 battles between both of these teams. Who will be able to have the better chance of winning out that retribution battle? And it looks like Kao has been able to kind of neutralize it. A 1-to-1 in terms of that turtle take. Stardom Scythe, though, built in by Chikoshi, as looks like a gank is coming through.
Just running forwards aggressively. Going with the Curse Helmet rush, though. More damage, essentially, around her. Shieru now with the Flash of the Oasis will unable to team, but look at that. Oh, top and bottom. Helene almost gets taken out by Daisy. But without a turret available now, Myanmar, they're still having an advantage when it comes to control. But they gotta be careful, man. Vietnam, as in game number 1, have a lot of burst damage potential that they need to respect unless they want to get caught off guard and lose members before the big fight.
For sure. And it looks like, again, right, Myanmar looking for the next objective to take. How are they going to capitalize over this? Dinner is caught in a bad situation.
Oh, but K is the one just pounded on. There's going to be a knockup coming in, but the yin yang overturn is just too much damage. It's a double for Sa, and now Myanmar are on the run. Chikoshi able to just kite back, juke around with the entropy, but Luna Lynx is going to be falling victim to Dinner. It's only a matter of time, but Sa even picks up that kill in the end. Helene trying to juke around, trying to buy some time. That is Vietnam clearing the map once more, taking 4 members and then going straight for the neutral objective. They are taking over, man.
They are completely taking over, right? A 4K gold lead now in the 7th minute of the game. And they're even going for the invasion into the jungle from Myanmar. They're completely taking away all these resources from Myanmar to capitalize over. And even Dinner going to be able to get another turret in the top side. It doesn't look like Myanmar is having as much of a good time as they were able to in game number 1. But look at that Yin Yang overturn.
Gets cancelled somewhat, but it's still, that's going to be the Sky Piercer, I think. Just executing coup there. Tried her best, but that's why the Minotaur can't really face check bushes, especially when you're not building for tankiness and you rush that Flask of the Oasis. Kay needs to be the one to do that, as Helene tries her best to be a nuisance right here. Just flanking around, dashing around, but it won't be enough, man. She is losing out in impact compared to Daisy on the Arlet, who relatively has been just content to just stay in the lane and exert that pressure, waiting for a big fight.
0-3-2. That's what Lang is at the moment. And it hasn't been a great game for her. It's been very difficult for her. And again, right, from game number 2, don't you think this warrants a Kagura ban up until this point? 713 KDA only taken down once by Chikoshi, I think earlier on. But even then, she still has been steamrolling now with the Divine Glaive to top it all up and to make things even worse. Myanmar, they... Oh no. No!
Boom! That's gonna be healing deleted immediately. That is the Kagura damage. Now with a man advantage, Kuraka walks up aggressively, unfazed, undeterred, walking straight towards the purple buff, going in, connecting onto Chikoshi, but with the entropy she'll be able to kite back away. Everyone's grouping up together here, but Minion Fury gets channeled down. Kuraka will be the only one that's hit by it though. And Vietnam, with a calculated approach, now still with the man advantage, they can go for the Lord, but they're prepping for the macro play. They're sending Shieru to the top side.
All Myanmar need to do right now is try and buy some time, but they've been playing so forward, so aggressively as, again, right? Hilang will actually Hilang soon because of that Yin Yang overturn. if she keeps playing as aggressive as she currently is, because Chikoshi is nowhere near ready to go in for these team fights. The Natan is not near his power spike yet, has not reached that power spike yet, but they're still forcing the fights. They're still forcing these engages over to Vietnam, and they have been able to capitalize over and over and over again. This is a 6k gold lead now for Vietnam, Arashi.
But keep your eyes open for the kite back situation, because with the Ice Queen's 1 completed for Luna Links, there's a chance that Myanmar can really leave Vietnam out behind when they're going for these big fights. With the Minotaur as well, there's a lot of ways for them to go backwards, to go defensively. But Chikoshi going with the entropy, trying to trade the life for the turret, but unfortunately the hard guard, as always, comes in clutch from Shieru. That'll be Dinner picking up the turret for just a Purify. And that's still them holding the control. Even though Dinner is low, there is no way for Myanmar to burst this Lord down fast enough. So Vietnam are content just waiting around right here, waiting for Sa to eventually find a big play. Yineng overturn onto Crew, but it just gets attempted to be cancelled at least. Electro Final Blow is being used to try and zone out, but Sa getting close, getting low, getting picked up. And that'll be Myanmar striking back. That's the AoE coming down with the real world manipulation as Daisy goes in the back, securing the kill onto Ku, but that's only the roamer. Myanmar striking back when Vietnam is just unprepared for the collision.
Here we are in the 11th minute, and like you mentioned, Arashi, they are striking back, and they are striking back with full force. Despite them having a little bit more of an opportunity when it does get forced into game number 3, they don't want to take that risk, they don't want to take that chance, and they're looking for this comeback in the 11th minute of the game. Unfortunately, they do not go for the neutral objective take. They do not focus onto the Lord, seeing as they are a man down. They want to play this as decisively as well as disciplined as possible. It looks like they are going to be opening up the map there, giving a little bit of vision for themselves to figure out where the members of Vietnam currently are. If they want to go for a 50-50 in the neutral objective take, it's going to be very difficult. I mean, right now, Kao is 2 levels ahead of Kai at the moment, so they need to kind of play a different way. And looks like Hyang is looking for that.
Ooh, Luna Link's taken very, very low, but she's able to survive, but maybe not for long. Daisy, though, gets pushed back. Myanmar successfully is defending their mid laner, but the fight isn't over yet, though both teams still moving up aggressively. But that will be Luna Links forced to back away in Vietnam. Now, again, back in control, but watch on the top side where the Angela is just 1v1 against the Benedetta. That is some place where Vietnam can maybe, or Myanmar can maybe go for a play.
Oh, Sa!
Once again goes for the deletion onto Chikoshi, and they're going for it once more. Ku, so low, unable to escape, cut off from the base, but she gets ignored. They're moving forward to try and go for K, to try and secure the jungler, and now setting their focus on Helene. Not really able to kite back out, but the final blow will allow her to slide out of that difficult situation. One member down though, without the gold laner, Vietnam confidently go for the Lord.
Yeah, they're gonna blitz it. They're gonna take it. DHS already built in for Dinner, and this is a Warcry carry, by the way, the emblem choice that she has opted to go for. But that was a beautiful play by Sa again, right? The fact that she was able to annihilate Chikoshi in the back line right before a very important team fight was just so imperative to the success that Vietnam has been able to amount for themselves, as this Lord is going to be marching down in the bottom lane. Right now, this carry is sitting on 3 items, already ready for this particular team fight. The only thing that will be a problem is the range, right? That's what the Eve has to offer. She has 3 items already with the Enchanted Talisman, the Ice Queen one, and the Glowing one. So they do have to be careful with the range, and Dinner still does need to respect that magic damage. And here it is, that magic damage.
The real manipulation being used early on though. Myanmar trying their best to really melt down this Lord. It will collide for now, but Vietnam, they're trying to get extra value here. Jumping onto K, final slash, lands on the 2, but the counter engage with the Minion Fury doesn't really work well enough. It's used defensively actually. Delaying, shut it down. That's gonna be the true damage coming through. Vietnam take away that base turret and they get K for their troubles, but they lost Sa with that aggressive style. Luna Link's now trying to chase down, slowing down the members of Vietnam, but Daisy is trying to go back with the final slash, still even escaping with the vengeance though. Very well played, kiting out of danger, and that will be it. But look at the top side, Myanmar They will be able to clear that wave though, so almost a base tower taken out technically, but Myanmar with a great defense.
We have to take a look at this replay, right, Arashi? Because that Yin Yang overturn into the backline did eliminate K. It should have taken Chikoshi as well, but the Purify was there, and she was able to get out of that situation and deny that damage from coming through. But that was a very close call, but unfortunately, they weren't able to take Chikoshi out. And the fact was, right before that particular siege that Vietnam went through, she already picked up that Holy Crystal. So to shred the damage, that base damage from the Holy Crystal was definitely evident in that team fight that allowed Myanmar to quickly burst through, one, the Lord, as well as the super minions that came with the Lord. And now it looks like Myanmar are looking for an opposite siege, an opposite strategy. And with the Benedetta constantly clearing out in those side lanes, it is still going to be a problem for Vietnam in these upcoming Turtle or Lord rather dances.
Unless if you say Angela, but now Daisy face checking into a brush, taking a lot of damage. Immortality is available. Final slash defensively. Hard cut is really used onto her though, but she will be able to survive. But that's a massive minion fury combo with a real world manipulation. But Chikoshi moves forward undeterred. Double kill, triple kill for her troubles as K runs for Calcute. You might want to get out of there immediately, man. Lord has just spawned up and Myanmar picked the perfect time to just pull the trigger on that fight. They're going to go straight for it. But Luna Ling still chasing down here. They're trying to zone the members of Vietnam while still going for the Lord.
They have every opportunity to do that, right? With the space that they have, with two members taken out. You could even say that Sai is one of their main damage dealers up until this point. And now it looks like Myanmar is looking for that second win as we are in match point.
But the Waves pushing on the top side as well. They go for the mid tower first. Easy job done, but with the members of Vietnam spawning on right here, the top side might be a bit more tricky. Luna Lynx definitely wants to be a bit more careful there, lest she gets hit by a huge Yin Yang overturn. But that's before the Lord is even in the picture, by the way. Now, lumbering through the mid lane, there's a chance for Myanmar to set this up so that Vietnam has to deal with the Lord in the mid lane while they push on the top side.
They need to take Chikoshi down, already with the Divine Glaive as well to boot, and it looks like this might be the end of Vietnam if they can't successfully go for the defense.
Calcutta is trying to zone, but K gets Daisy knocked up though. The real manipulation onto the top side actually with the minion fury again. A massive combo. Daisy tries her best to dive in the back, but at this point Chikoshi just way too much damage. Sao makes the play though, but the Yin Yang overturn will not be enough. The Lord is still active, is still doing damage, but Chikoshi melts everyone down, including the crystal. That will be Myanmar with a sweep.
We are to be respected, we are to be feared and revered. My oh my, Myanmar with a clutch comeback. That looked like it was Vietnam's game. That looked like Vietnam should have been able to close it and should have been able to force a game number 3 from Myanmar. But once again, Myanmar being able to have a very brilliant showing into the later stage of the game. They were very patient. They were waiting for Natan to hit her power spike